Okay, we're going to do some Wizard 100%. This is going to be a substantial, assuming I don't do major screw-ups, even minor screw-ups won't affect this, but it's going to be a substantial improvement over the 102 that I got last time. You may be wondering why I'm starting this run as a fighter when this is a 100% Wizard run. That's because of the wrong warp that exists in this game. Hard to explain, and I'm certainly not going to be able to explain it very well while I'm running. But I'm going to try. So here I am on the world map. And what I'm going to be doing here is basically storing this location that's just outside of the world map because I want to be able to come back to here later. Different one? Different one. Excellent. Okay. So 1 and 3. Hello, Kara. Alright, I'm going to need to remember those are rooms 1 and 3. So there are three random encounter rooms. Each one can basically remember a different location on the world map that I want to return to later. And if you store those locations and then start a new character, then that new character will also have that same stored locations. It's all sorts of nonsense.
Answer question 3. What is your name? What is your
I
quest?
love seeing those emotes.
What is the meaning of life? You are correct. You may pass.
That is all delightful. What is that last one? Anyway. I'm going to focus on the start of this run. So 100% means we're doing as many possible deeds as we possibly can this game. It's not possible to do all of them, but we're going, assuming I don't screw up, we're going to end the game with only 4 incomplete deeds. That log driver. Do I want to know what this log driver song is?
Hi.
So we need to learn a spell from Erasmus. He's got this big entrance performance. We're just going to skip that by saving and loading. And then we've learned Whirlwind. Got to wait for a second. And then we need 1 or 3 to yeet out. This is just a faster way to get to where we need to go. Nope. Exactly the wrong one. Exactly the wrong one. Come on. Give me what I want. There we go. So yeah, the wrong warp in this game is utter nonsense, but we're going to be abusing the heck out of it in this run. This is the Frostbite spell. Frostbite spell. It is the most powerful spell in the game with regard to damage. I am going to use it during various points of downtime to train it. Because the more that you use skills and spells in this game, the better they get. And I want to do a max damage Frostbite for the dragon fight at the very end of the run. Log Horizon. I've watched a decent amount of anime. I've never heard of Log Horizon before, so that's interesting. Same deal here. We need to cycle through Chakra's conversations. We can do that just by saving and loading the game. We need slightly more money than he's going to offer for that. Oops. Come on. Oh, my goodness. There we go. That gives us exactly enough to buy the Mystic Magnets, which are kind of the non-glitched teleporting item of the game. And then we'll have exactly enough here to enter the Rites of Rulership with our remaining 1,000 drachmas. So much nonsense going on in chat. I love it. Hope you're all having a good day. We want that over there, actually. Correcting for my menuing mistakes from earlier. So we're entering the Rites of Rulership, the main quest of the game. There are 7 rites. They're basically the 7 main quests. We have to do them in order, sort of. We're going to do a little bit of out-of-order stuff here. I'm just going to piss off that guard. That'll come up later. Don't worry about it for now. 1 or 3. Nope. We need this to be 1 or 3. We don't mind it being 2 in just a moment. There we go. But we do want to drop off the Mystic Magnets in the inn so that we can come back later. Because the Mystic Magnets work by teleporting you from wherever you are to wherever the other magnet is. But the only place you can drop off the magnets is the chest in your room. So we need to drop that off, because in many cases it's more convenient to teleport with the Mystic Magnets than it is to teleport with the wrong warp. I prefer my logs natural. Okay. Now we need to go rescue some fishing villages. 2 is fine. We can do this now. This can be done in any order. This is going to take us to a different location on the map. Why that location specifically, hard to explain. If we get a random encounter here, we'd like it to be 2. Okay, that's annoying, but we can deal with that. Just gonna hope I don't get unlucky later. Alright, so 1 is now a bad location. But wait, no, we're not gonna see 1 anymore. Alright, so for those of you who know about the shenanigans that I've been doing, you know that I learned about a way to lock out different random encounter rooms so that you are more likely to roll the random encounter room that you want to wrong warp more effectively. I just realized I'm going the wrong way here. I'm a wizard. I need to go this way. I don't know how much of a time loss that is. We're just gonna roll with it. I can't speedrun and talk at the same time. I got 2, right? I did. Okay, I at least got that right. So you lock out encounter rooms by rolling into it and then yeeting or magneting out. But if you get a random encounter while you have that world map glitch, Northwest Passage, then that also locks out that room, even if you walk out normally. It's weird. So 1 is bad, but also I can't get 1 anymore. I don't think I need this anymore. I'm just going to assume that's true. No, I think that was wrong. No, that is true. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. We need the calm spell. Yeah, do it on the big stage. I can only imagine how stressful that must be. Oh, interesting. I put all my points into strength, so we can just bonk the door once and get in. Nice and easy. Also, now I know every single time I yeet, it will always be room number 3, because I locked out 1 by accident and 2 on purpose. So there are 5 fishing villages. We need to rescue all of them. Each one has, as I've said before, it's basically capture the flag. The sigil's in the chest. If I get the sigil, all these mercenaries have to go home. At least they play fair. Yes, that's right. We need points for the swim manual, so there's no reason to put points into swimming. Ah, that happens sometimes if I get accidentally a little too close to town. That's okay, though. Come on. Alright, we need fetch, and just an open slot somewhere, that's fine. And then we'll fetch. I think I'm gonna have to rest. Yeah, I'm just gonna rest 1 hour just to be safe here. Yeah, I needed to do that. But yeah, it's only No Major Skips Wizard that puts points into swimming, since they can skip the swim manual. I'm gonna just do that. I don't know if that actually saves time, but it's handy to have more strength, especially for the Hydra fight. I'm also going to need it to be nighttime on day 4, because we're going to be marrying a few women this game. And in order to achieve that, we need to meet them a certain number of times, and Nawar's first visit happens on day 5. So you might have noticed I'm doing this little trick here where normally you have to cast the Calm spell to make it so that the mercenaries are not attacking you, and then you can open the chest. In 2 of the village, Eos and that one over there, I don't remember what that one's called. On those 2 villages, you can just open up the menu and close it again, and then you can also cast open without having to cast Calm, and that's slightly faster. No idea why that works, and no idea why it's only those 2 villages. For the others, we have to do it the slightly slower way. Okay, that's all 5 villages. Oh wait, no, we could have magneted back, right? Because we need to pass time. Day 4 afternoon. Okay, that's good. Okay. Lost a little time there for some unnecessary running around. That's okay. Another one of the tasks is dancing at the inn later. In order to do that, the inn has to be painted. We showed her the painting earlier. And then we have to tell her who painted it. We'll see the inn painted later on in the run. That's right, polygamy for the win. All of my points into throwing? Yeah. Rookie error. The fighter routing I've done, leaving the basket specifically until I'm ready for salamanders. Yes. Yeah, there were some discoveries that I've made for the fighter routing, and that's one of them. In general, the fighter has to. Oops, come on. There we go. And then I think we're done. Yeah. Okay. Still a massive improvement over the previous one, just because of the wrong warp routing. But could have been better. I accept it, it's fine. But yeah, every single enemy has a fairly easy way to trigger that encounter, with the exception of Weirdings. All of the other enemies in the game have either a fixed location, or they're fairly likely to come up when you're resting. I guess... do that. Okay, so we're here temporarily. We just need, well, by 2. I don't know if that's... You can get away with 1 mana potion. You have to buy at least 1. Because there are puzzle points you get for that. Raise her 2 chocolates, both pizzas, and some extra food we're going to need later on. Okay, I need to think for a second to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Alright, we need to advance time. Because we're going to be talking to Nawar, she's only available past midnight. She's also available up to 3 a.m., and we're going to be doing this menu resting again, one more time here. So this first visit that you can have with Nawar, you just have to load the map while she's there. You don't actually have to talk to her. And she's on the balcony of the inn over here. So I just needed to pop in, pop out. And now we need to talk to Andre. He's going to take us on his boat to the second right. He's only here past 7 a.m. Before that, we also need some anchovies, because this is a Sierra game, so that means we need some interesting items to solve some interesting puzzles. Somebody's going to want some anchovies on their pizza, so we deliver. Okay, when I get back at the inn, I need to menu sleep twice. Apologies for the vuvuzelas. There's very little that I can do about that. They're not going to move. That's fine. We can knock them out with the frostbite. So I'm limited on how much mana I have. That's why I bought the spare mana potion, just in case. Take care of this guy. Alright, I am going to safety save here, because it is possible to screw up this. We have something we need from that Wizard Centaur's corpse, and we only get that... okay. Try again. Yeah, sometimes. I don't know exactly why. The wizard will get a full heal. There we go. There we go. That's better. Oh, thank you. Okay, and then we menu rest twice. Okay. Ring in chest. We're not going to forget to put in the ring in the chest. Okay. Good, good, good. Own goal. It sounds like something funny, but I unfortunately don't get that reference. Anyway. We're marrying 3 women, but we only need 2 rings, because one of the women we're going to marry does not take the ring when you offer it to her. I need to slot poison cure pills, because we're going to need them very shortly. So now we can buy the second ring. The game normally only lets you keep the buy only 1 ring, but because we hide 1 ring in the chest, that allows us to buy a second one. The bank's been robbed. We need to help investigate it. So we grab the toolkit that the thief used. Oops, that happens. Well, we're carrying a shield now. I'm pretty sure I can't cast spells while holding the shield, so we'll need to make sure I remember to unequip that. Yes, the inn was green. One moment, got some things to do here. Our friend Rakeesh here. Good friend. Longtime series character. He's going to take a poison dagger to the face. Thankfully, we have some poison cure pills. Alright, so here is a notable improvement from my last wizard routing. You'll notice it's close to the evening here. Yeah, come on. Alright, hold still. So I already had it routed to visit Rakeesh now. Sorry, visit Erasmus now, because we need to do another visit with Erasmus to show him the toolkit. He's going to help us investigate the robbery. Yeah, our timing's slightly off from what I'm used to. That's okay.
The wizard is expected.
So we're going to go to Erasmus, show him the toolkit. He's going to help us learn stuff. We also happen to be in exactly the day before Erasmus is going to get drugged. So once it turns over from 11 to 12, that's going to happen. So I timed it like this so that I don't have to come back to Erasmus for one more visit for the event after Erasmus gets drugged.
Where did you find this little kid? Well then, shall we see what we can learn from this?
That's why
I read that as
showed you that
International
thing after all.
Space Station
All right,
Soccer
then.
Deluxe at first.
Tristle, Drassel,
Yeah, this is going to be
Truffle,
mostly
Tree.
gold splits through the
Show
entire
us what
run.
we learn from these.
Yes, this is latest version, the same version you get on Steam or GOG. The Calm spell, which calms all enemies on the screen, only affects enemies that are visible on the screen. In version 1.0, it calms every enemy
Sort
on
of
the
a
map,
cheap
which is a lot
peep
more
on a creep?
convenient, but
More of a
sadly we
brief
can't take advantage of
relief
that.
Of a thief, I would say.
It's not that big a deal, though. Oops. That's not the spell I wanted to cast. The reason I'm casting Open there a bunch is because of a technique called swim pumping. I am resetting my hero's run animation, or swim animation, so that I'm only moving forward for the fastest part of the swim animation. It saves only a few seconds, but it's basically free. After this, what are we doing?
There's some...
We're in Rite 3. We magnet. Right. And now it's morning. Grab the sheets. Yet another puzzle item we're going to need later on. We're going to be building an airship, and we need Gnome Anne to sew these sheets into something that looks nicer. And she'll be kind enough to do that for us. We showed the toolkit to Erasmus. That means that we can access the Thieves Guild. We're going to do that later, because it's going to warp us to a more convenient spot later. But I am going to trigger the trap right now because I'm passing by, so... It's just a quick, easy, convenient time to trigger that trap. The objective for this rite, this is the Rite of Valor. We need to slay a Hydra. So we're going to buy a Magic Spear. The spears are very powerful in this game for reasons that'll become clear later on. There they are. Yeah, there's just going to be lots of just little... Come on, there you go. This is 100%. There's just lots of little things to do. Same deal here. This guy is going to give us a reward because we gave him some Hippocrene water. But if you save and load, then it cycles this conversation so you don't have to leave and come back. Again, another discovery that I made, which is nice. So in order to get to the Hydra, we need to fly there. It is farther than Andre on his boat is willing to sail us. So we're going to make like Icarus. And 360 happens sometimes. We're going to make like Icarus and fly. We're going to take flight. It's going to be great. This screen in general is completely busted. For some reason, the open spell, when cast on any almost basically any interactable in this map, allows you to interact with it at a distance, and it's both funny and also a great time save. Normally, you're supposed to hit that with a Force Bolt or a rock or something like that, but we just cast open. The scientist inside the Science Academy, that's what this weird building is the Science Academy, will not let us do anything unless we give him the kind of pizza he likes. That's what the anchovies were for. Alright, see if I get this. Okay, got that. These are both consoles we need to interact with at some point. One to retrieve that gondola, that'll be for the next rite. And then one, where we have to pass an entrance test in order to enter the Academy. So I overlap the two of them to save some time here. The test is the same every time, so I just memorize the 5 mouse positions for the 5 questions that I'm going to answer. And we are coming up on the Hydra fight, which is a very exciting fight. This is going to skip a... we missed it. That's going to skip a cutscene where we fly down this ramp to make sure that the wings work. We just skip that, just eat outside, and that gets us over to Hydra Island a little bit faster. The rock is the strongest weapon in the game. It's got some stiff competition. Okay, what are we doing? Nope, we want that. Let's get... There you are, there you are. Okay, and then that, and that. Okay, let's see if we get this glitch correctly. I apologize, I'm not going to explain this because I have to focus on getting this right. Oh, first try. First try. Oh, nope. No, that's fine. We have to chop off all 3 Hydra heads and then burn the stumps off. That's normally quite the ordeal. We are going to make quick work of this instead. Yeah, so that's the Hydra fight. Happens definitely faster than I can really properly explain what just happened. But yeah, that fight normally takes a lot longer. That's interesting. I managed to give Elsa the teeth remote. Oh, no. I didn't trigger the trap. And then we need it to be something like what? Day 9? In the evening. Yeah, okay, this is good. And then we'll get the sheets from No Man. Whew. Oh, thank you, brother. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Yeah, I consider it an achievement if I can successfully slay the Hydra before Elsa even starts approaching me. It's quite difficult to do. But it feels very satisfying whenever I pull it off. Nawar's second night visit happens on day 10. That is why... I'm resting until this point here. Right, yes, okay. So now it's day 10. We do have to talk to her this time. Every marriageable character in this game has a handful of requirements you have to meet. You have to basically say the right things to them. Every correct thing to say increments a counter by 1. Nawar, we have 4 things we need to say to her, and those will be on the second and third visits we have with her. That was the second one. We also need to give each woman gifts, 3 gifts. I usually just wait until the last minute to give those gifts. One moment. This is a delightful glitch. I think I did not screw that up. Yeah, cool. So much time is spent waiting for the gondola, so activating that lever remotely is a very nice way to save time. Because otherwise, a lot of time is just spent waiting for the gondola. Because we have to come back to Science Academy. We go to Science Academy 3 times over the course of the run. Oh, oops. I didn't want to use all my mana. Not a big deal. Let's see. We need that. We need that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the brazier. Or the tinderbox. I think I hit it. Good. Okay. This is the nighttime scientist. He wants a different pizza, so we made another pizza for him. Did we miss a split? I forgot to... I forgot. Okay. More shenanigans here. Okay. I realized I didn't need to do that. That's interesting. Sleeping more. I didn't need to do that second yeet. I just needed to lock out room 3 and then save room 4 for later. Again, I apologize. That's going to be a whole bunch of me not explaining what the heck I was just doing. But basically, I wanted to spawn the airship closer to where I need to go with it. Apologies. I'm focusing on things just to make sure I'm not missing anything here. And yeah, I completely forgot to update the auto splitter, unfortunately. So yeah, that's unfortunate. I'll have to just update those splits by hand. This is a really easy task to forget to do. Because we built an airship based off of a painting that Wolfie made, there's a deed for telling him about the airship. It's a really easy one to miss if you're trying to 100% the game. Elsa is another character that we are going to be marrying. And it's really easy to miss saying that to her. If you don't, you can't marry her, as far as I can tell. Come on. Okay, reset the game. Why are we taking a second? Come on. And that causes us to fly northwest faster than normal. So we're going to be taking advantage of wrong warping to specific locations a few times over the course of the run. We need the fetch spell, and we need a Drachma here. Gonna fetch that. Indeed, make Doggo happy, yep. A happy Wolfie. But yeah, as you can see, we're already 2.5 minutes ahead of my previous record. pretty cool. So this is Rite 4. We just need to get our Destiny Red. And we're also going to dance with the Dryads. Every class in 100% has to dance with the Dryads because there's a deed to do so. But every class can also skip the Dryad dance. You don't have to sit there and watch the Dryads dance, you can just leave. The Wizard class has to watch the Dryads dance because there's magic wood that we'll need to make the magic staff. And the only way to get the magic wood is to wait for the end of the dance. I poked around at it to try to find some way to get the wood without watching the whole dance, because it is a few minutes long. Haven't found a way to do that yet. The good news is you get to enjoy the song. It's a very nice song. No, don't burn the trees. No. I don't think you can cast any spells here. I think this room blocks you from casting anything. I guess you could try with a lit torch. Thieves can buy a torch at the Thieves Guild, so maybe that can be used to burn the trees. Oh, don't do that. That'd be rude. Oh, yeah. It's less a... no, Speedwagon's great. It's great. I wouldn't call it a frustration. You know, this is a reasonable consolation prize for not finding a skip for this dance. And again, the other classes do get to skip it. It's just, we want to complete the game as fast as possible. So if there were a way to skip this, we would. Swimfan, hello. I don't know if I noticed whether you were already with us, but good to see you here. Sorry if I missed saying hi to anybody. But glad to have you all here. Speedwagon, but thankfully no dysentery. The torch works, but they kill you. That just won't do. Alright. So the routing with the airship is also going to be a little bit different from my previous record. Again, taking advantage of the fact that I can target very specific locations to wrong warp to. I'm going to be using that pretty substantially to my advantage. Because the way that I've been locking out random encounter rooms earlier, I know exactly what room I'm going to be rolling into with a random encounter. And so that just makes it a lot easier to manipulate. All right. So yeah, that's right. The fourth rite just requires you to go get your fortune red. The sixth rite is going to require us to broker peace with the Tritons. But we can go to Atlantis right now since we have the airship. We don't have to wait until the sixth rite. Since we're in the area, we're just going to go ahead and do that right now. Shout out to Crow for discovering that. The fact that you can complete these rites early with the airship. Because that's really nice. It makes a pretty substantial difference. We're going to clip through these Tritons guarding the entrance here. And again, you're going to see me swim pumping here. Just doing almost any action will cause your animation to reset. So once your arms are on the sides, do something. And that will ensure that you make it across this gap about 3 seconds faster. is possible to drown underwater, but we do this right fast enough that we will not drown. Okay, most other routes magnet back at this point. We are going to go back because we need the airship. Okay. The next rite, Rite of Courage, is the 5th rite. It requires us to go into Hades. So I'm going to trigger a random encounter just outside of Hades so that I can just wrong warp back here very quickly. And then the airship will also be there. We need to menu sleep past that point. Yes, right, okay. So now when we wrong warp, we'll be right next to Hades, and then when we wrong warp out of Hades, the airship will be right there, so we can immediately go visit Katrina. Okay, so now we're ready to turn in the Proof of Destiny from the 4th rite, but... I tried to position myself properly there and screwed that up just a little bit. So, we have solved the bank robbery. And now we can turn in the Proof of Destiny. Yep. That minus 3 minutes, it's going to keep getting... the gap's going to continue to widen for every rite that we do here. So we just stored the location outside of Hades, and so... Bam! We're just outside of Hades. Because a lot of the downtime in this game is just running from location to location. So the wrong warp saves so much time that we would otherwise spend just going from place to place. So this is the entrance to Hades. Cerberus is going to come out and ask us to deal with him. Oop. Okay, we're fine. We're just not going to look at him. And just clip right through the entrance. I discovered that one. Levitate and resistance. Resistance is not strictly necessary, but we don't have any healing pills, and Hades can be a very dangerous place. It is. It's just... Skipping Cerberus just looks great, and... Yeah, at the end of the day, it doesn't save that much time, but it is a delightful skip. Yes, levitating down is a little bit faster than jumping. It's not by more than a couple seconds, if anything, but it is faster. It's only faster if you hit your mark. If you cast Levitate and you're not standing in the right spot, you have to wait for the hero to walk over to the Levitate point, and then it becomes slower. But if you know exactly where the mark is, which I do, then it is faster. Anybody else remember getting confused about why, when you gathered water from this pool over here, that didn't count as Styx water? I remember getting confused by that. That's Lethe water, which we also need. But it's not what you need to end the rite. Put that there. We have resistance, but I'm still just going to cast Frostbite to get rid of this means. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there are definitely some puzzles in this game that They could have been better. So, we are not allowed to leave Hades until we have freed someone, and we have two options to choose from. We're going to choose Katrina. We could free Arana, but it ends up being slower to free Arana as opposed to Katrina. Because we're going to be marrying whichever character we free. And it's not possible to marry Arana as a wizard until after you've done something. It basically requires more backtracking to marry Arana. And so we marry Katrina because it's just faster to do so. Yes, we will be telling Katrina we love her. That is a requirement. Yeah, Arana, unfortunately. The Arana route is just a little bit slower. So we would normally have to jog out, but we have Yeats, so we're not going to. The airship's here waiting for us, and we can go visit Katrina. So, as with the other women, we need to give Katrina gifts. We need to talk to her a certain number of times. We need to get the water-breathing amulet from her at some point during the Rite of Peace. The water-breathing amulet we no longer need because we've already completed the Atlantis portion of the Rites of Rulership. But as a wizard, we also need to visit her now because she's going to teach us a spell. But first, we're coming back later, and so we're going to store this location. So now the next time we wrong warp, we will come back to Katrina. And that's the only place that we need, that's the last place we need to store for wrong warping purposes. Okay, and then Maggie back, yes. Okay. Alright then. Notice those drug chocolates there. Somebody else is trying to drug us. No Man has something to say about that. So we need to talk to her to cycle through that conversation because we're going to be dancing at the inn later, but that only is available if there aren't higher priority conversations waiting in the wings. So you just need to make sure you talk to No Man a couple times as you walk, as you run by her, just to make sure that you clear the way for the inn dance when it comes time for it. Oh yes. Shout out to David for first discovering the original Soul Yeet. That was great. It's broken the game wide open. All right, here we go. We are not going to forget the thing that I forgot in my dry run yesterday. So more things to do, just more tasks to complete because we're completing as many things as possible. We got the magic wood, now we're going to make the magic staff. There are still a couple more spells that I need to buy from Chakra. I very purposefully left Rip specifically. Rip is a spell that I left for last, because if you know the Rip spell, you can't trigger random encounters on the world map. And that means that I can't store new locations on the world map very easily. It's a lot harder to do so. Alright, so we buy Rip and Fascination. Okay. And those are the last spells that we need. Oop, nope. There we go. Then we need to stop by Salim and Julinar. We have just some items to give to them, a couple more items to buy. Again, just picking up some some more tasks that we need to complete here. Again, we need to cycle through some conversations before Julinar is ready to give us an item that we need. Unlike the other characters, you can't save and load to cycle through their conversations. You have to enter and leave. So she's going to give us some seeds. We're going to give those items over. I'm going to sell these. And I'm going to buy those and those. Okay. we are advancing time here. Oops. Because we're doing our third nighttime visit with Nawar. But yeah, Julinar will only give you the magic seeds when she has the conversation about Erasmus getting drugged. So we had to enter in once. We have one last visit to do at Science Academy. There's a whole thing about they are sponsors of a contestant in the Rights of Rulership. Turns out he's a whole Frankenstein's monster kind of thing, and they're doing, I don't even remember, some kind of inappropriate experiment to make him superhuman. Oh, come on, hit it! There we go. So we need to witness that, except we don't actually have to witness that. We just have to walk inside the academy. We don't have to reveal what they're actually doing. We just have to walk inside. There's also, in addition to that, there's one other task inside the academy that I need to make sure that I pick up. Yeah, I screwed myself when I did one reroute at one point because I bought RIP early. And then I was unable to store new locations on the world map as a result. Again, it's not that you can't, it's that you can't trigger random encounters by sleeping anymore. You have to trigger them by wandering around. Okay. Nice and easy. Okay, we are marrying Elsa. She's going to visit us in our in-room here overnight. We have the healing pills. So again, like the other women, she has, you need to give her 3 different items. Since I have the healing pills on hand, I give them to her right now. Either the healing pills or the health potion will count as that item. We're going to give her flowers later, and we gave her the Hydra Teeth earlier. And that counts toward giving her the items that you need to give her to propose to her. Alright, we're going to do the in-dancing skip now. So yes, we're dancing at the end here. Oops. I've been pretty good about hitting this. I hit it first try last night.
I told everyone that
Ah, nope. We just crashed the game. Try again. And now I'm gonna not get this. Now I'm not gonna get this. There we go. Okay. So we got credit for it, but then we wrong warped out of there before the dancing performance actually started. We need food. Yeah, it's a 50-second cutscene for the in-dance. So we get credit. It's also it's a really weird setup. Because you'll notice that she was standing there saying, "Hey, will you dance for us?" But then I saved and loaded, and then the dance is not set up anymore. But it still stored the cutscene. It's a very weird skip. Key statue, because this is Rite 6. I already bought potions. I almost forgot that last time. It should be straightforward from here. I don't think there's anything too fancy in the rest of the run. Yeah, this is not looking like as good of a time as last night was looking, but I've been a bit sloppier this run, so that's okay. All right, final rite. Somebody assassinated the king. That's why the whole Rights of Rulership thing is happening. We need to find the assassin. But before we find the assassin, we need to finish marrying everybody. So we're going to finish marrying everybody. Oops, I don't know what I just did there. That one, and then that one, and then that one. So the key conversation options that will earn you progress toward romancing each character only appears during certain visits. And the ring, there it is. I panicked for a second thinking that I'd forgotten the ring. But no, we're okay. Perhaps later. We will become lovers by the end of the game. Alright, flowers, and then those options, and then she'll marry us. She stands there waiting because this is your last chance to propose to her. We use that time window to grab the other ring from our chest, which is completely not awkward at all. Not awkward in the slightest. So that's 2 women married. I don't think I gave the seeds to Anne. I'll need to remember to do that. Shoot. Okay. We don't talk about who was behind the gate just there. Hint, it was the assassin. That's where the assassin is waiting. Because you're supposed to have an encounter with the assassin on the east end of this bridge. But he's just hiding behind the gate until you're ready for the encounter. And Frostbite is a busted spell, so we deal with him that way. And then we also need the ring. The other ring, yes, okay.
Dead.
I don't like this guy, so I'm just gonna punch him. That is a requirement for marrying Nawar. I'm also going to slot the seeds now to make sure that I don't forget. Any jewelry, and then chocolates, and then flowers, and promises that I can't keep. Don't keep. I can't remember the exact quote. Tashtari is usually here to drop that quote. So I don't remember exactly what it is. Oop. Okay. And now we're ready for the end game. We've dealt with all manner of troubles for Silmaria. We've dealt with the assassin. So now we're going to deal with the mastermind. And then we're going to slay a dragon. Oh, right. I sold the Hydra Scales to Salim, but the wizard doesn't have to buy the Fireproof Potion. But I think that also means you don't... I don't think that you get credit for selling. What to think about that? I just sold them because they were there, but I think I only had to sell the feathers. So we are now raiding the mansion of the guy who hired the assassin. Because he wants to be king of Silmaria. He wants to be the power behind the throne. Or be the throne, I don't know. I never read his manifesto, so I don't know what he wants. I guess he's about to read his manifesto right now.
You think you have won, do you? You are mistaken. I will not be defeated. I will destroy everything and you both will die. I hold the prophecy stone in my hands. When it breaks, the Dark Dragon will rise to destroy all of Silmaria. If I cannot rule what is rightfully mine, then I shall destroy it. You cannot stop me. No one can stop me. I am your doom.
That's a bizarre dream. I'm sorry? Didn't mean to do that. just a moment to let Elsa pass by, because she likes to interrupt my movement here. Okay. Not going to forget anything here. So we need to ask... where are you? There you are. We need to tell her to summon reinforcements.
You are right. I...
Good.
Wait a second so I don't interrupt their path. Okay. This is the Dragon of Doom. That should be everything. Now I just need to not have a slow phase 2. I've gotten better at being consistent about phase 2, but I'm definitely not perfect at it.
Bye.
I think. Okay. That was not perfect. Some of those frostbites were a little tilted, but it still worked. Yes, and for those of you who don't know, frostbite continues to deal damage even though the game is paused. So we pause the game to freeze the dragon in place, and then have the frostbite do its thing. This is a decent time. This is about a minute and a half slower compared to what I had last night. So I know that there's still just under 56, huh? Just a hair under 56. So I can definitely do faster than that. Maybe I will right now. There you go.